If you think that your life path number is just another personality description, then you've got it all wrong. This is a common numerology misconception which can lead to misalignment. Despite popular belief, your life path is not who you are. It's what you're here to master. Today, I'm going to discuss what the life path really is, what it is here to teach you, and how you can tell whether you are aligned or misaligned. Please stick around. Let's jump into it. Today, we are jumping into one of my favorite numerology topics. And the reason why this is one of my favorite topics may not be the reason that you think it is. The life path is one of the most popular core numbers in most people when it comes to numerology and astronumerology. They often put this number as the most important number in the birth chart. However, the reason why I love this topic is because I want to set the record straight. First of all, let me just say that there is no one most important number in your numerology or astronumerology chart. All numbers matter. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. So let me just break it down to you. And I'm going to be straight with you. No number is more important than any other number. And the reason is because all of these numbers have a purpose. And where you find the number at determines the purpose. In the case of today's video, we're going to talk about the life path. The life path is number one, what you are here to learn from the time you are born until the time you leave. And because of that, the life path is your purpose. Okay. The way that you find your life path is by adding the birth month, the birth day, and the birth year all together. And the way that I like to add it, which is more accurate in finding the master numbers, is in columns. So you're going to put the birth month at the top. Underneath that, you're going to put the day, and underneath that, you're going to put the year, and you're going to add those down, and you're going to reduce it to the single digit number, except for master numbers, and that will let you know what your life path is. Now, I want you, if you go ahead and figure out what your life path is, once you find out what your life path is, you can put it down in the comment section below. If you are still unsure how to calculate your life path number, make sure that you go to Kimbaley.com, use the numerology calculator, put your date of birth in there, and it will let you know what your life path is. And that's for those who are unable to calculate it, or if you just want to check your math. Now, let's talk about the life path. Now, the thing about the life path is a lot of people, they move with the life path first. As I said, they feel as if this life path tells everything about who they are, their core personality. But that cannot be so. And to help you get a clearer picture of that, I'm going to give you an illustration. Think about the moment that you were born. When you were born, you were not the same person that you are today. And you are not the same person today that you are going to be tomorrow. That is because we are all here for a core purpose, the sole purpose of evolution. And the life path helps us evolve. The life path is how we grow over time, or how we are meant to grow over time. And let me just tell you the reasoning behind why you can't use the life path to determine your core personality trait. The reason why is because you are continue to grow into this number. Your life path number is the number that you will develop into over time. It's not who you are at this current moment because there's still room for growth in your life. In another video, I'm going to break it down to you and let you know the number that you need to be looking to for your personality and characteristics and traits in the here and now. But as for now, we're going to move on with this life path number. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the life path numbers from the numbers 1 through 9. And I'm also going to go into the life path number 11, 22, and 33 so that you can understand what you are here to learn, what your purpose is. So make sure that you stick around to the end because not only will you find out information about you, you might can find out information about the ones that are close to you, your loved ones. If you know their birthday, you can also calculate their life path. And understanding and awareness is what really helps you get along with people and helps you connect with people that you are close to. I want you to let me know what your life path is in the comment section and let me know if you have experienced some of these things that you hear in this video today. Before I get started, I want to let you know that the show has been brought to you by Astro-Numerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. Make sure you check that app out. You can find the app on Google Play, the App Store, or a Star 8, ASTAR, the number 8.com. You can also find it on lloyd-strayhorn.com, where you can find some of his other products and services. Not only that, I just want to tell you that I do what I do because I love the transformation that I create in other people. That is why I became an astronumerologist, and even deeper so, a business astronumerologist. It's nothing like being able to transform the lives of others by helping them understand themselves, the cycles that they're going through, and how to properly align during those cycles. That's why, if you're interested in doing this type of work for other people, if this is the way that you want to change humanity as well, then make sure you check out the Astro-Numerology Practitioners program. This program is going to be deep. First of all, you're going to be learning how to practice astronumerology for other people. And not only that, you're going to be learning from the legendary Lloyd Strayhorn. And also, you'll be learning from me because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be teaching you how to set your business up using business astronumerology. I'm going to be teaching you the foundations of business astronumerology, and I'm going to give you tips and techniques to help you get your business started. This is limited. This is only for a few people, and these people have to be serious because what we're doing is impacting humanity. If you're interested in this, please apply for the Astro-Numerology Practitioner Program. If you're listening to your life path today and you're thinking, that sounds like me, but I would like a little more clarity, Kimberly, that's exactly why I created the personal alignment audio. This can be the game changer for you. It's not a general reading, it's a focused, personalized breakdown of your numbers, including your life path, your birthday number, and your name number, the current cycle you're in, and what you should actually be prioritizing right now in this cycle. For precision, instead of guessing, the link is below or right above you. But I must let you know that these are going to be limited and they're only going to be available for a short period. I will only be doing this until the end of February, and there's no guarantee whether I'm going to bring this back again. So if you want the personalized breakdown of your numbers, make sure you reach out. Okay, now let's jump into these life path numbers. Life path number one, you are considered the pioneer for one thing. The core things that you can expect in your life are going to be identity, leadership, independent. What you're here to learn is number one, self trust. You're going to have to learn how to step out on the things that you believe in before believing in other people. This is so important for you. You are also here to learn how to be an individual. Those with one life paths are here to learn that you are here to do it on your own. You're not here to be dependent on anyone else. This life path is going to place you in situations where you are going to be forced at times in your life to be independent. If you are a parent and you have a child with a life path number one, then you should be training that child from the very beginning how to be independent. This is not the life path to coddle. This is not the life path to be dependent on other people. The life path number one is also here to learn how to have the courage to stand alone. If you're a life path number one, please understand that there's going to be times in your life where you're going to have to go at things on your own, and you're going to have the courage to do that. This is what you're here to learn. So when you see those times step up in your life where it feels like everyone has left you hanging, just know that this is building your character. You're also here to learn to be a leader without dominating other people. There's a difference here. As you can see in our world around us, there are so many different types of leaders. Some leaders are actually what you are here to learn how to be a charismatic leader, a self centered leader, a heart centered leader. You're not here to dominate people and you're not here to control people. You are here to learn how to be the person that other people can look up to in their time of need. The purpose for you in this life is to initiate, innovate, and carve new paths. That's why sometimes you're going to have to get used to standing alone because you're not here to be a follower. You're here to be the leader. And sometimes that means being creative. That means being inventive, creating things that other people have not yet created. Ones are here to create something that never existed before. You have some strengths, number one. Your strengths are being a visionary thinker, your drive and ambition, having a strong willpower, and having a natural leadership presence. Think about your job or in your business. Would you like to take orders from someone who's domineering? You must learn that people don't want to be dominated. They're looking for your leadership, not your control. So, this is a big part of your purpose. People align with leaders that have compassion and heart. And when we look at the number one, the one is ruled by Leo. So, what that means to me is that you should be leading from your heart. Whenever you lead from your heart, people pay attention and people will come to you to help you with your purpose. But that's what you have to remember, that you are leading from your heart. Some of the things that you are also here to learn is how to avoid ego inflation, allowing yourself or your ego to get in the way. Sometimes that can happen when you rise to a high level. And with this life path number, you will, at some point in your life, probably throughout your life, rise to higher levels. But when you do rise to those levels, you have to remember to not let your ego get the best of you. You also have to learn how not to be impatient, because sometimes when you do have a lot of pressure on you, as leaders do, it can be easy for you to be impatient and impulsive. But That's not what you're here to do. You're here to balance that. You're here to be patient, and you're here to also be the leader that understands. Another thing that you need to learn to avoid is isolation. There's going to be a lot of times that you feel like you want to be by yourself. There's going to be times where you feel like you have to do things or you prefer to do things yourself, but you have to be careful not to over isolate, not to withdraw, but to be able to be the individual while also being able to be there for others. You also need to learn how not to over identify with achievement. When the number one life path is aligned, you can expect to be confident, trailblazing, decisive. But when number one life path is misaligned, you can expect these people to be controlling, defensive, or insecure beneath their strong exterior. So now we're going to move on to the life path two. And for today, I'm going to call them the harmonizers. So the repetitive theme that the life path two can expect throughout this life is relationships, diplomacy, emotional intelligence. So, number two, you're here to learn how to be cooperative, but also to not neglect yourself. With the life path number two, these individuals often will do more for others than they will for themselves. And sometimes you can burn yourself out doing so much for other people and you can neglect yourself. So make sure that you are not neglecting yourself when you are cooperating with others. You're also here to learn about emotional boundaries. The reason why you're here to learn about emotional boundaries is because that two is a sensitive number. That means you're more sensitive to other people. And when I say sensitive, I'm talking about sensitive of the needs of other people. And you are also sensitive to the energy that is around you. So, sensitivity is not a sign of weakness. It means that you just feel a little bit deeper than other people do. And the number two is ruled by the moon, which talks about our feelings. So you are very much in tune with the energy that is around you, and you are in tune with your emotions, other people' emotions. Sometimes this can get really deep for you. So for you, life path number two, these feelings can be very, very intense. So you're going to have to learn how to balance those emotions. Also, partnership dynamics. You're going to have to learn how to work with other people because this is one of your core purposes to be able to work with other people. So you're going to have to learn how to deal with people, all different types of people in different types of situation. You should also learn how to trust in your intuition, that still small voice, because we talked about that sensitivity earlier. But what I did not add at that time was your intuition. Sometimes you just know things because you feel them. So, whenever you feel things, make sure that you trust in your intuition because your intuition is growing stronger than most other people. Now, your primary purpose here is to bring peace to other people, compassion, love, understanding, connection, balance into the environments that you're in. This is how you're going to impact the world. Life path number two. Your strengths to do this is going to be your sensitivity. That thing that you may not like as much, this is actually a strength for you. So you should hone in on your sensitivity and learn how to use that to benefit you. You should also know that your strength is diplomacy. You can be the mediator. Sometimes, when two different parties are going against each other, you can come into the middle of those people and you can make sense of it all. Diplomacy It's knowing how to treat people and knowing how to act in any situation. That's the thing about the life path number 2. What they grow into is being able to be in any circle, any group, and around any people, and being able to know how to react or how to respond within those groups, how to fit in. Also, your strength is your deep intuitive awareness. That's why I said that you should definitely learn how to hone in on your intuition. But there are some shadow lessons that you are here to learn too. And some of those shadow lessons are people pleasing. Sometimes you just want everybody to be happy, but number 2, you're here to learn that not everybody is going to be happy. You can't please everybody. And what you'll end up doing is burning yourself out and misaligning yourself trying to please other people. Another thing that you're here to learn is codependency. You should not lean primarily on other people. You're here, you can fit in with these groups and you're great at that, but also you're here to also be your own individual self as well. So don't get so attached to being codependent that you can't go at it alone. Also, you need to avoid being passive aggressive. And that goes back to the people pleasing. You really don't want to say no. So you do things, or you really don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So you do it in a passive aggressive way. But here's the problem about it: a lot of people don't understand passive aggression, especially people that are normally aggressive. They do not understand passive aggression. So you are going to have to step it up and put your foot down when the time arises for you to do that so that people won't overstep your boundaries. Also, number 2, another shadow lesson for you is fear of conflict. And it all goes back again, once again, to that people pleasing. You just want everything to be right. You don't want any conflict. But somebody taught me something one time that was very important to me, and it sticks to me this day. She said a lot of people don't like conflict, but conflict offers solutions. Conflict is not as bad as what people think it is. A lot of times, in order to grow, conflict is necessary. So you're going to have to embrace conflict. That doesn't mean going out there starting conflict life path number 2. But what it means is learn how to handle that conflict in a way that benefits your purpose. So, when aligned, the life path number 2 is a graceful collaborator and an intuitive advisor. But when the life path number 2 is misaligned, they become overly dependent, resentful, or emotionally overwhelmed. Now let's get into life path number 3. You are the creative communicator, but you're also here to be a leader as well. Some of the things that you can expect throughout your life are expression, joy, creativity, and expansion. You're here to learn authentic self expression. This is not just expressing yourself just to be heard. This is about being authentic to who you are and making sure that you share that expression with the world. And that expression should be something that motivates people, uplift people, empower people. You're also here to learn emotional transparency. Sometimes you may hold some things back, and that can cause nervous issues. But from the time that you're here until the time that you're no longer here, you're here to learn how to be emotional transparent. And that means not going around acting like nothing ever affects you. That goes back to that authenticity. You're also here to have created discipline, to not scatter yourself because sometimes that can happen. The number three energy is kind of like that childlike energy, and sometimes it will make you feel like you want to be all over the place. But this life path is teaching you how to use or exercise your creativity, but at the same time, how to be disciplined when doing so. And you're also here to use your voice responsibly because people are listening to you. Because, as I said, you are also a leader. So you need to make sure that the message that you're expressing is going to be a message that empowers people, motivates people, encourages people, and uplifts people. Because what you also need to know is that everything that you do, especially everything that you say, is going to expand. So that can be positive things or that can be negative things. And that is one of the things that you are here to learn how to do. Number three. Also, the purpose for you, life path number three, is to uplift others through communication, art, storytelling, humor, or performance. You're here to make people happy. You're here to bring joy to the world. And the strengths that you have that is going to help you do it is your charisma, your verbal fluency. People that are number three life paths are here to learn how to communicate in a way that makes other people listen, that stands out to other people. You may find a lot of people that are number threes doing things such as storytelling, public speaking. These are the marketers. These are also the comedians. And sometimes comedians, they make people laugh from some of the pain or some of the things that they have gone through in their lives. So these are some of the things that you can use to uplift others. You also have the strength of your artistic gifts. You're creative. You are a social magnet. People just love you. And not only people, children, animals. And this reminds me of a statement that Erica Badu said. And Erica Badu is a Pisces, if I'm not mistaken. And that Pisces energy is three energy. And she was asked, I forgot whose show she was on, but she was being interviewed and she was asked about the fact that people say that she really is magnetic when it comes to men. And she said, no, it's not just men. She said, it's men, it's children, and it's animals too. And so that expresses that three energy. You are likely to be popular and you're going to learn how to be in that popularity. You're going to learn how to develop those characteristics and those traits that people want to be around. And also, number three, life path, you probably love to talk. And so over time, you're going to have to learn how to balance that when you're saying too much and when you're not saying enough. So some of the shadow lessons for you, life path number three, is scattered focus. We talked about that before, making sure that you have discipline. You're being all over the place is not going to lead you to your purpose. You're going to have to be able to focus because also threes like to have fun. And so there's a time to play and there's a time to be serious. There's a time to focus. So this is one of the shadow lessons that you have to learn. Another one is avoiding depth, not wanting to get deep down into who you really are. And the reason why you don't need to be avoiding that is because a part of your purpose is to help people through some of the things that you have been through. So you're not here to be shallow, you're here to be deep. Another shadow lesson that you must learn is not being obsessed with your image. Yes. Okay. First, let me let you understand that three is ruled by the planet Jupiter. So this three energy can make you feel grandiose. It can make you feel huge, bigger than life, expansion. This also leads to another shadow lesson, which is being too excessive. There are many ways that you can be excessive. There are some number threes or life path threes that become obsessed with things such as clothing or shopping, or also this could be drugs, alcohol, this could be gossip. And because number three is ruled by Jupiter, that's where the excessiveness comes in. So you have to be careful not to be too excessive. And we're going to go to one more shadow lesson of the life path three, and that is emotional suppression behind humor. When I think about emotional suppression behind humor, I think about Robin Williams. Robin Williams was a comedian that was born on July the 21st. So his birthday number is actually a three. Robin Williams spent much of his life making other people laugh and happy through his comedy. However, in the end, Robin Williams died from suicide. So that is one of those shadow lessons that you must learn as a life path three. Don't suppress your emotions behind humor. Make sure that you tap into those emotions and work through those things. So when the life path number three is aligned, they're radiant, they're inspiring, they're creatively productive. But when the life path three is misaligned, it becomes superficial, dramatic, or it can become inconsistent and obsessive. So, life path number four, you are the builders. The things that you will experience over your lifetime would be structure, discipline, foundation. What you're here to learn, life path number four, is patience for one thing. Just know that everything is not going to happen overnight. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. The best things are going to take time. You're here to also learn stability, and that may be difficult for the life path number four, because when we look at the number four is co-ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Uranus is a very inconsistent planet, meaning that things can just happen unexpectedly to you. So, what you're here to learn, life path number four, is how to find stability in times or during times that don't seem so stable. You're also here to learn how to build systems. You're not the type of person that can just throw something in the air and it works right away. You need a system. You are here to build. You're also here to learn how to endure. You're here to learn how to create things that last for a lifetime. And in order to do that, you're going to have to learn the art of endurance. Your purpose here, number four, is to create lasting structures, businesses, systems, families, frameworks. Your strengths are reliability, practical intelligence, organization, persistence. And one thing that I want to say about the number four is also you're here to learn that you're not here to be like everybody else. You're here to be different, and you will be different. So you're here to learn how to embrace that different side of you, no matter what anyone thinks or no matter what anyone says. Deep down inside, the life path number four is here to learn to be futuristic. They're here to learn how to use that genius quality that is lying dormant within them. Okay, so some of the shadow lessons of the number four is being too rigid, being a workaholic. Fours will work, work, work until they overwork. Sometimes it just feels like the four has to continue working. That's the Saturn energy kicking in. Also, you're going to have to learn how to get over the fear of change, because just like I told you with that planet Uranus, there's going to be consistent change during your life, and you can't be afraid of that change. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to embrace that change, because that change is helping you evolve. And that's how you are going to be able to build. You're going to have to also learn how to not be control of everything. There's some things that you're going to just have to let go. But sometimes the life path 4 can be a bit of a control freak. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's just that they want everything to be perfect. But you're here to learn that everything is not going to be perfect. When the life path 4 is aligned, the life path 4 becomes the master architect of tangible success, lasting success. However, when the life path 4 is misaligned, you can expect them to be stubborn, overcautious, and resistant to innovation or resistant to change. And speaking of change, we're going to get into the life path number 5. And I'm going to call the life path number 5 the freedom seeker. How much do you like that? So, the core themes that the life path number 5 can expect throughout life is change, expansion, and experience. The things that you're here to learn, life path number 5, is responsible freedom. You love your freedom, life path number 5, but you're going to have to learn how to be responsible with your freedom, meaning you can't be all over the place without responsibility. So that's one of the core things that you're here to learn, number 5. You're also here to learn how to do things in moderation. If you notice, the life path number 5 seems a little bit like the life path number 3. And so the reason why I say that is that you're here to learn, life path number 5, how to do things in moderation, because you can overdo things. You can overextend yourself, especially when it comes to drugs and alcohol. You can be excessive in those type of things. You can be excessive in your communication as well. There's so many things that you can be excessive in, and that also includes your relationship, because you like variety. You like different people. You like connecting with different people. So you're going to have to do these things in moderation to make sure that your life is leading you to the purpose. Okay. And you're going to have to also learn how to be adaptable. There's going to be consistent change within your life too. Number 5, you're going to notice that there's going to be certain periods of your life that you will see change on a repetitive basis. And you're going to have to learn how to embrace that change. You're going to have to learn how to accept that change. And you're going to have to learn how to be adaptable. You're also going to have to learn how to be a wise risk taker. Now, number 5, life path, you can also get caught up in things like gambling or taking irresponsible risk. And that could be anything, whether it comes to the stock market, the casino, or anything that you're doing in life. But you're here to take risk or to learn how to take risk, but you're here to learn how to take calculated risk. You're not here to learn how to go all in every time you take a risk. Your purpose here, number 5, is to explore, evolve, and bring movement to stagnant places, and not just movement, but variety. You're here to create trends. You're here to connect with different people. The strengths you have to do this, number 5, life path, are versatility, charisma. People love you, number 5. People love you. Tap into it. Quick thinking. Also, your communication skills. Number 5 are good communicators, whether it's writing, whether it's really speaking, any type of communication, grammar. You are very gifted and talented in these areas. You may find that someday you may write books. Number five, you're also here to learn how to be a quick thinker. You are able to think on your feet. Now, this is important because number five is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is quick witted. So that's the energy that you carry, life path number five, or the energy that you are building up. It's being able to quickly respond in ways that are beneficial. Life path number fives can evolve into emergency technicians. Another one of your gifts, life path number five, is your adventurous spirit. The shadow lessons for you, number five, life path, are going to excess, being too impulsive, commitment avoiding, not wanting to commit, just wanting to just do things the way that you want to do. Addiction patterns. Life path number five need to be careful about becoming addictive or addictive behavior or patterns. So when the life path number five is aligned, you can expect them to be dynamic, adaptable, a catalyst for growth. However, when life path number five is misaligned, it can become reckless, scattered, and unstable. Now we're going to move on to life path number six, and I'm going to call you the nurturers, life path number six. The themes that you can expect to experience throughout your life number six are responsibility, service, and love. Life path number six, you're here to learn how to be a caregiver, but how to be a healthy caregiver. Life path number six, the things that are going to become important to you are going to be things such as family, friends, home, and you will find yourself becoming the primary caregiver. However, you're going to have to do the same thing that the life path number two has to learn to do. And that means making sure that you find balance. You're taking care of others, but you're also starting with self. So you're taking care of self first. You're also here to learn boundaries in service. You're here to be of service to other people, but you must realize that you have to place those boundaries so that when you're serving others, you are also protecting yourself. You also have to learn self worth beyond sacrifice. Learn that you are just important as the other people that you are serving, or the other people that you are helping, or the other people in your life. This is not saying that these people are not important. It's saying that you believe that you are just as important as well. You're also here to learn balance responsibility. Yes, you may find yourself in situations throughout your life where you're responsible for other people, but you have to balance their responsibilities with your responsibilities. You also have to learn where the responsibility ends and begins, because sometimes you will make yourself the responsible person for things or situations that are not your responsibility. Your purpose here, life path number six, is to heal, to teach, to guide, and to create harmony in the environments that you're in and across the globe, because this is for everybody. And you're going to do that through the following strengths, which will be your compassion, your loyalty, your protective instincts. Be careful not to be overprotective, life path number six, because that can happen as well. And some of your other strengths are your natural ability to be a counselor. Your shadow lessons are over responsibility, control, guilt, driven choices, doing things because you feel like you have to do it, doing things because you feel guilty. When you're aligned, life path number 6, you are stable, a loving leader in the family and community. But when you're misaligned, you become overburdened, resentful, and emotionally drained. So we're going to go on to the life path number 7, who I'm calling the seeker. The things that you can experience during this lifetime, life path number 7, are wisdom, introspection, truth. The things that you're here to learn is faith. Number 7, this is a spiritual life path. So you're here to learn how to have faith. When we think about the number 7, the ruling planet of the number 7 is the planet of Neptune. Jupiter is the planet of belief, but Neptune is the planet of faith. Think about the positioning of the planet Neptune. Neptune is so far out there that we cannot see it. We have to have faith that it is there. And life path number 7, you're here to learn how to develop faith in your life. You're also here to learn how to trust your intuition. You're here to learn emotional vulnerability. There may be some things that you don't want to share with others, but you will learn over time as you begin to become vulnerable. You will begin to heal in situations that you need the healing in. You also are here to learn the balance between solitude and connection. If not careful, the life path number 7 can withdraw, but you are not here to withdraw and to be in solitude, because you, life path number 7, you're wise. You have that genius energy, and you're here to share that with other people. And the way that you're going to do that is through connection. And you cannot do that being withdrawn. Another thing that life path number 7 is here to learn how to do is how to not worry. Life path number 7s, there will be times that you find yourself worrying over things that you really shouldn't be worrying about. And when you look back at it, you're like, I don't even understand why I worry so much about that thing. So you're here to learn how to not allow yourself to get caught up in worrying about every little thing. Life path number 7. Your purpose here is to seek the deeper truth in life and to share insights with others. So that's why you can't completely withdraw. You're going to have to connect with people. And the best way to connect with people, life path number 7, is you're going to have to be vulnerable. Strengths that you have that are going to help you along the way is your ability to be analytical. You can go deeper than any other life path number 7. Use that to your advantage. You also have the gift of spiritual awareness. Neptune is a spiritual planet. You can get into the depths of spirituality, and you're here to share that with other people. You are truly in the world, but not of the world, life path number 7. You also have a gift of the ability to research. This is what gives you those genius qualities over time, your ability to research. You're also good at being observational, paying attention to everything around you. Your shadow lessons are isolation, being cynical, emotional detachment, not letting people into your world, not being able to let people know emotionally what's going on within. But when you're aligned like path number 7, you become the wise teacher, the spiritual analyst, and the truth seeker. However, when you're misaligned, you can become withdrawn, skeptical, and disconnected from others and disconnected from reality. Now we're going to move on to the life path number 8. This is the power builder. The things that you will experience over this lifetime number 8 life path are going to be authority, abundance, mastery of the material world, recognition, authority. You're here to learn ethical power, balance, ambition, financial responsibility, leadership with integrity. So, one of the things that you should know, life path number 8, is you could be also here to learn how to be a great business person or CEO. And so, in order for you to learn those things, you are going to have to be able to be persistent, dedicated, and you're going to have to be diligent. You will find yourself over time, life path number 8, in positions of power. And you have to learn how to use that power in an ethical way. You will also experience during the time that you're here abundance at some point. And so it's meant for you to learn how to be financially responsible. Leadership with integrity. You are a leader as well, number 8, and you're going to have to learn to lead with authenticity and integrity. The purpose for you, number 8, is to master money, business, influence, and large scale impact. This sounds a lot like the life path 4. The reason why it sounds like the life path 4 is because the number 8 life path is ruled by the planet Saturn. Remember when I talked about the life path 4, we said that it's ruled by Uranus, but it's also co-ruled by the planet Saturn. So these Saturnian things that you're hearing in the life path 8 are also repeats of some of those things that you probably heard in the life path 4. So your strengths are executive energy, strategic thinking, resilience, commanding presence, your shadow lessons, control issue. Make sure that you're not being controlling of other people, material obsession. This is something that can get people caught up, being obsessive about material things. Also, harshness. The life path number 8 has a tendency to be harsh, and the reason why is it's not that they're intentionally being harsh. What it is that the life path number 8, also like the life path number 4, can be misunderstood. When we look at the planet Saturn, Saturn is a cold, distant planet. And so that's why life path number 8 and life path number 4 may seem to be cold and distant and a bit detached. However, it's not that they mean to be. It's just that they are misunderstood. Also, life path number 8, you are here to learn about the fear of vulnerability. Just like some of the other life paths that we talked about today, you have to learn how to be vulnerable at times. So when the life path number 8 is aligned, it becomes the visionary executive and the wealth architect. But when life path number 8 is misaligned, it can become overbearing, financially unstable, and it can become power driven. So make sure that those things are not you. Life path number 8. And now for you, life path number 9, I'm going to call you the humanitarian. The core themes that you may experience throughout your life is completion, compassion, global consciousness, and transformation. Number nine, you can expect there to be many times of transformation for you during your lifetime. The things that you're here to learn is how to let go. The number nine is a number of completion. This is a part of transformation, meaning that when it's time to let go of things, when things have run their course, instead of holding on to these things, you're going to have to learn how to let go. You're also going to have to learn, life path number nine, universal love. And that may seem difficult for some people because the number nine is ruled by the planet of Mars. The planet Mars is also known as the planet of war. So you're going to have to learn how to balance that energy. You're going to have to use that fire and that passion, number nine, to help humanity and to learn how to have love for everyone. You're also going to have to learn how to forgive, life path number nine. A lot of times, nine energy likes to hold on to things when it's not supposed to hold on to it. And that can be a problem when it comes to forgiveness. What you need to learn, life path number nine, is that forgiveness does not make you a weak person, and that forgiveness is not only benefiting the other person, forgiveness is for you. You're also going to have to learn how to emotionally detach from the outcome of things because things may not always go the way that you want them to go. Number nine is also another leadership number. And so, number nine sometimes will work on things because they are expecting different outcomes. And when they don't get those outcomes, they may become disappointed. But you're going to have to learn how to emotionally detach from the outcomes of things and also your expectations. Your purpose here, life path number nine, is to uplift humanity through compassion, service, or artistic and spiritual contribution, because the number nine is also a spiritual number. Your strengths are the fact that you are able to look at the big picture and be aware of the big picture of things. You are also strong at being empathetic, but tap into that. Sometimes, life path number nine, people may not understand you. People may not agree with everything that you do, but just know, life path number nine, you may experience some open enemies over time, but that is all in part to your confidence and your ability to be aggressive and to push when you have to push. Another gift for you, life path number nine, is your artistic depth. The three, six, and nine are numbers that belong to the artistic chord. So, yes, you have the ability to be able to be creative, to be artistic, number nine. And you also have the gift of idealism. So, your shadow lessons would be is your savior complex, meaning you can't save everyone. You can't expect that everyone is going to be who you think they should be. So you have to understand that. Another shadow lesson for you, life path number nine, is becoming emotionally overwhelmed. Number nines, don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed by your emotion. Also, another shadow lesson for you is poor boundaries and difficulty releasing the past. You have to learn how to release because what the life path number nine is building up to is being able to fulfill their dreams. And in order to fulfill your dreams, you're going to have to learn how to release the things that do not serve you. When you're aligned, life path number nine, you're a global hearted leader and compassionate visionary. When misaligned, you can become overextended, dramatic, drained. You could feel like you're ready to go to war, and you could be overly aggressive and overly impulsive. Life path number nines, just to finish this off, I want you to know that you should be, let's say, careful with alcohol. You should also be careful with any sharp instruments, and you should also be careful with firearms. And the reason why I said that the life path number nine may be misunderstood also is because a lot of times you may not understand it, but your tone is more aggressive than most people. And even though you don't mean to come off that way, that's just who you are naturally, and some people may not understand it. They may take it the wrong way. So make sure that you find balance in the way that you communicate with others. So we're going to move on to the master numbers. These are the people that have amplified lessons. One thing that I want to let you know about master number life paths, it may seem that your challenges may be a lot deeper than others because you're here for a bigger purpose and you're learning at a faster pace. Master numbers carry a heightened responsibility, spiritual intensity, and amplified pressure. Not everyone fully lives up to the master number life path. What happens if you're not able to fully live up to the master number life path? You will experience the reduced version of the master number life path, which is the root number. So the master numbers that we're going to talk about are going to be the 11, the 22, and the 33. And just to give you an example, if you can't fully live up into the 11, you're going to be living the life path of the number two. If you can't fully live up into 22, you're going to be living the life path of the number four. And if you can't live up to the master number 33 life path, you're going to be experiencing the number six life path. So let's get started with these master numbers. Master number life path 11. I call you the spiritual message. The core themes that you will experience throughout your life is illumination, intuition, inspiration. One thing I've noticed with this master number 11 life path is that over time, you will be developing spiritually. So you will be learning things on a different level than other people. The master number 11 may experience many levels of spirituality in their life. You're here to learn how to regulate your nervous system. Now, we talked about the number two and how the number two is sensitive. Well, the master number 11 is doubly sensitive than the number two. So, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to learn how to regulate your nervous system. And a lot of people that are unable to learn this lesson through life, they end up experimenting with things like alcohol and drugs. So it's important that you learn how to balance this sensitivity. Also, you are here to learn to have faith in your intuition because your intuitive gifts are on a deeper level than the number two. You may get insights coming to you from on high. You may not understand these things, but you're going to have to learn how to have faith in your intuitive gifts because they are on a deeper level than the number two. You're also going to have to be able to learn how to be confident in your visibility because with the number two, we talked about how the number two may like to be in the background, but master number 11, you're here to be in the forefront. And especially when we look at the number 11, it's a little bit different because there's two ones that make up that two. So those two ones also carry the energy of leadership. So you're going to have to be confident being front and center. Master number 11 is ruled by the zodiac sign of Leo. And that means that you are going to have to express that confidence. And the reason why you're going to have to do these things is because you have a responsibility to humanity. You have a higher responsibility than most people. Also, you're here to learn how to channel sensitivity in service. All of this sensitivity that you have to learn how to channel it in a way that it helps others. You're here to serve on a higher level. You're here to be the vision. You're here to receive the vision. That's why your intuitive gifts are so much stronger because you can see the vision and you're here to learn how to embrace that vision and not to just brush it off like it's some kind of coincidence or it's not for you. Just embrace the vision. So, your purpose is to awaken others through spiritual insight, inspiration, or visionary leadership. Your strengths are psychic level intuition. I told you it gets deeper. Inspirational presence, charismatic spiritual magnetism, emotional depth, tapping into those emotions. Your shadow lessons are anxiety. That sensitivity can cause a lot of anxiety, and you're going to have to learn how to balance that anxiety. Self doubt is another thing that you may experience. Don't doubt yourself. Emotional extremes. You may feel sometimes that you're having the best day of your life, and then some days it may feel like you're falling all apart. You're going to have to find balance and know that this is just a vibration that is connected to the master number frequency. Also, you need to avoid escapism because remember, the 11 reduces down to the 2. So you have the tendency to withdraw, but you're meant to be front and center master number 11. So when you're aligned, you become the beacon of light and the awakening to others. However, when you're misaligned, you become overstimulated, fearful, and energetically scattered. And this energy is real. If you are master number 11 and you feel this energy, please let me know down in the comment section below. We're going to move on to the master number 22 life path. And this is known far and wide as the master builder. The core theme that you will experience during your lifetime master number 22 life path is manifestation at scale. You're here to learn long term vision, meaning that whatever you're going to be building is going to be something that is going to last for long term. You are also here to learn how to ground your spirituality. You're here to learn how to be responsible for large impact. As I said, master number 22, your purpose here also is a purpose that is more elevated than some of the other life path numbers. So you're here to learn to be responsible for large impact. You're also here to learn how to be disciplined with divine inspiration. Because just like the master number 11, you are going to be getting divine inspiration also during the course of your lifetime. And you're going to have to learn how to be disciplined with those things. Your purpose here is to turn spiritual vision into practical global structures. And the steps to help you along the way is going to be you have massive capacity to do things. You have the ability to become a strategic master. You also have the gift of having a big vision, but that big vision is grounded in realism. But let me tell you this, it's like with the master number 11, the master number 11 is the vision. But the master number 22 takes that vision and turns it into reality. So you're also here to have institutional influence. Don't be surprised, master number 22, if you find yourself working with or being in service of larger institutions. Your shadow lessons are pressure collapse. Remember, we talked about the number four and how the life path number four may experience being a workaholic. Same thing with you, master number 22 life path, but on a deeper level. Another shadow lesson for you is overwhelm, and that's also connected to the same thing. And also, you may feel the pressure of having to do something really, really big and wanting to do it right away. So make sure that you're not burning yourself out. Also, another shadow lesson for you is overwhelm and the misuse of power, playing it small to avoid responsibility. Master number 22 life path, you just have to face it. You have a big responsibility and a huge purpose in life. Don't play small and don't avoid it. When the master number 22 life path is aligned, it becomes the architect of legacy and global systems. When misaligned, the master number 22 life path can become burned out or overachieving relative to potential. Now we're going to move on to the life path master number 33, which is known as the master teacher. And your theme throughout life, master number 33, is to give compassionate service at the highest level. Remember, this is another master number, so you have a higher level purpose than the base numbers 1 through 9 in life. You're here to learn self care in service. You are going to be serving many people throughout your lifetime, no doubt, but don't forget yourself. Also, you're going to have to learn boundaries and healing. Yes, you're going to want to heal everybody else, but first, you're going to have to heal yourself. Master number 33 life path. You're also here to learn how to lead through love without sacrificing yourself. And that's a big one. That goes back to the boundaries. So, your purpose, master number 33, is to elevate the collective consciousness through your teaching, healing, or heart centered leadership. The strengths that you are going to be gifted with, Life Path Master number 33, to help you along the way is going to be deep empathy, transformational presence, emotional intelligence, healing capacity. Now, your shadow lessons are going to be emotional overextension, taking on other burdens, becoming the sacrifice for others. But when you're aligned, you're going to be an embodiment of unconditional love and action. But when you're misaligned, you're going to be exhausted, resentful, or overwhelmed by responsibility. And that concludes all of the life paths from 1 through 9, the master numbers 11, 22, and 33. As you can see, each one has its very own purpose in life, and each one acts differently when they're aligned and they're misaligned. Today, I just gave you a little bit of information about these life paths. It gets so much deeper than this. If you're interested in learning more about your core numbers, such as your life path, your name, and your birthday number, make sure that you tap into that personal alignment audio so that you can look at all three, so that you can get a snapshot of all three of these numbers, how they align, and if they're misaligned, you can get tips to help you get in alignment and balance these numbers out. You can find that link in the description or you can find it above. Thank you so much for listening. Please let me know what your life path is.